Okay, guys, so let's try and see how much of an improvement Opus 4.1 is with context engineering. Now, it's been a little bit of time since I talked about context engineering, but I thought this would be a good time to jump back into it. And I really, truly believe in this system. So we're going to test it out today. Now, again, apologies for the microphone if it's not sounding too great. And definitely check out Bright Data. Thank you so much for Bright Data for being such an amazing sponsor of the channel. You should get a pretty good discount once you add your card details to Bright Data. So let's talk about context engineering. Now, a lot of you may remember the context engineering template. It's got 233 stars on GitHub, which is actually really cool to see. And I did do a lot of updates in the past to it, and I may continue updating it if people ask me to. Now, what this basically does is, let's just get this on our onto our machine first. We'll do mkdir to start a new file. Now, I really recommend you guys start learning about the terminal if you haven't. It just makes life so much easier. So mkdir pond, the reason is I'm just looking outside my house in, well, my parents' house in Yorkshire, and there's a pond, so there you go. Git clone, and then paste the link, and then we'll put a full stop here, and that will basically clone the context engineering template into it. Then we need to do cd context engineering intro. No, we don't, because we put the full stop at the end. So if we do an ls, we can see we're basically inside the folder. So the folder is called pond, right? So let's go back to the Google document here, and we'll just go through all the steps one by one. So installing Claude Code, we don't need to do that because we've already done it. Open up Claude Code by writing Claude dot. So we do actually need to do some things here. We could use nano, but I just really don't like nano. So like, for example, we could do, I think cd prps and then ls. No, we need to do initial.md. So we could do nano initial.md maybe. Okay, so we still do need Visual Studio Code here. So we'll just open up Visual Studio Code, which makes things a little bit easier. So we'll do file, new window, just to start a fresh project here. Make this full screen, and we'll open the folder, and we'll open the one that we just made, which is called pond. I hate the way I name things. I really just need to stop doing this. There we go. Okay, so here on the left should be, okay, so we've got initial underscore example.md. What we're going to do is we're going to copy the content from here by doing Control A, Control C, and then do initial.md, and then paste this. So what I'm going to make today is just quite a simple thing, but I'm not testing that necessarily. I'm testing its ability to create an entire project without any input from me. So I'm going to say, make a keyword tool that people can sign up to and use for now for free. Use MySQL to as the database. Use Docker to create the entire project and test it yourself. The keyword tool should use GPT-4o Mini with OpenRouter. I will give you a key below. Basically, the keyword tool should take the website as an input, and then find information about the site online. Then it should logically generate pillar pages that make sense for that business. Then it should logically generate sub-pillar pages that make sense for that business. Then it should give the sub-pillar pages as blog post topics. Build an entire front end with 5 to 10 SEO landing pages. Use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I keep using Flask, but I just don't know what's best. But we'll just use Flask, whatever. Examples, there are no examples. Documentation is pretty light. We don't actually need that much documentation, so we'll just grab some here. So I'll just go on Google, and we need OpenRouter documentation. Actually, I also need an API key, but that's fine. So we'll copy this. This is quick start. That should be fine. Everything should be here. Yep. And then we need the actual, I'm gonna log in, I need an API key. I'll delete this API key at the end of the video, guys, so don't bother even trying to use it. And then, am I using anything else? I don't think so, so that should be fine. Okay, beautiful. And then all we do from here is we run, so let's just do clear, and we'll run Claude -- dangerously skip permissions. Now I have a pretty specific way of doing this. On my Skool community, basically, I have everything here. So if we just go on Classroom here and Claude Code, context engineering template. So this is the most up-to-date version of this. But yeah, this is the first prompt. So let's just follow this. The one in the doc that will be in the description might be a little bit different. If I remember to change it, I will change it. Okay, so let's just paste this in. What this should do, first of all, is it should read everything that is in the context engineering template. The reason I do this is because I find reminding it of everything that it has to do at the very beginning is actually extremely helpful. And then basically the next thing is we generate PRP, and then once the research stage starts, we then press escape and we ask multiple subagents to be spun up. So let's do that now. Generate. If you just delete this like that, you can see it's right there. It has to kind of come up for this to work. A lot of what people do wrong is they're not in the right directory, basically. Claude Code is directory based, so whatever directory you're in is a different project in Claude Code's mind. So look, as soon as it starts saying research here, so it hasn't started researching yet, I like to let it just get the base of everything it needs to know first, and then once it starts doing research, then I will feed this prompt to it right here. So I'm just going to skip this step because this is a fresh project. And then it should, yeah, here we go, directly to the research phase. So as soon as it starts researching the first thing, and it does it correctly, so let's see. Okay, open router, let's just do it like this. It should do it now. The reason I wait here is because if you do it before, it starts to get a little bit confused and it starts to like trying to do different things that it shouldn't be doing yet. So now it will generate an entire PRP for this project, and then I'll show you what we do after with Playwright, etc., to make sure that this is a real working project at the very end of it. You could, if you wanted here, guys, just say no, you could change to Sonnet. Oh, I'm getting 402, which is insufficient credits. So let me just show you how to fix that. Basically, you need to go to incognito or private or whatever the hell it's called on Mac. I'm really not used to using Macs, guys. I do like them, but I'm just not used to using them. And then just scroll down here and just press copy here, and then I'll just say use this API key instead. So 402 is most likely insufficient credits. I'm not actually sure what 402 is, but let's just see this working. So basically what this needs to do is it needs to extract all of the documentation that it'll need to create the project without any mistakes. So let's see if it does that now. So research OpenRoute API, this is the only thing it has to research. So this should be a fairly painless step in the process. Like I said before, you could press escape and you could say, can you use, oh, you do /model and change it to Sonnet if you don't want to use too much of your Opus credits. Okay, so it's now finished doing the bulk of the research. So if I go here now, we can see what this looks like. Now, I didn't really want it to do a lot of research on SQL and that kind of stuff, but it did anyway, that's fine. So it has everything it needs for OpenRouter right here. And yeah, we should be able to get something going. Okay, so we're finally done with the PRP generation. I actually just like to jump straight in and just do /execute -PRP and then keyword tool.md. I'm going to put in side brackets here, use the Playwright MCP, don't come back to me until you have a fully fledged web app. And then the last thing we need to do is actually add that, which I haven't yet, so we'll do that now. So yeah, I'll just use the note system on Apple here. I just realized my mic's not that loud. Sorry guys if you can't really hear me. And then we're gonna grab a command here from ChatGPT. Okay, so we'll just exit out of here quickly. So Command or Control C, Control V to add it. So Claude MCP add playwright. This should just work. Okay, so it says it's been added. So now we have to do Claude dash dangerously skip permissions and then -C at the end to continue the conversation. Let's see if the, okay, looks like it was installed correctly. And then we'll copy the command from before with the execute PRP. And we hit enter and we're bypassing permissions. And now I can go and chill and come back. And I'll give you a completely unbiased report of how this actually did. Who's excited? I'm definitely excited. I'm very sorry if you can't hear me that well though, guys. But yeah, like I said, I'm in England right now, so I'm just doing my best. Okay, guys. So yeah, I mean, it's saying it's done here. So let's see how it does the testing phase. I just basically left it, let it do whatever. I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. So yeah, that was a very, very painless process. It seems to have done a fairly good job of things so far. I'll just, I'll let it cook basically. Okay, so it looks like the register worked there. Let's see if the login works. Again, guys, I haven't touched anything. So if you think about it, anyone can really build anything now. You just need the language to describe what it is you actually want, right? Let's see if this works. Normally sign in has issues, so I guess we're about to find out if that's the case with 4.1 Opus, basically. Let's see. I mean, so far everything is perfect, so there we go. Okay, nice. Everything works so far. Let's see. Let me create a new keyword research. Okay, use https two-men.it. Hopefully that doesn't restart everything. I think it can just continue from there, which is really cool that you can just jump in. This reminds me a lot, and this is very niche, but of RuneScape botting. Basically what you used to have to do was sometimes it would get stuck and stuff, so you'd have to like pause the bot and just help it out a little bit, right? Because what would have happened then is it would have probably used example for example.com, right? So let's see, it says it's processing, actually isn't, it failed. So it should work that out and it should be able to process the browser logs and see why it failed, or the Docker logs, it'll work out why it failed. So look, first thing it does is it checks the Docker logs. If it doesn't show anything in Docker logs, the cool thing about Playwright is it can actually process and read the browser logs as well. Okay, so it's currently compacting. So just while it's compacting, I thought I'd just give it a little test just to see if we can get it going, basically. Okay, so there's been another error, which is fine. I'll just let it deal with that as it comes. Okay, there we go. So again, guys, I didn't actually do anything. It's not like I'm telling it what to do or anything like that. It seems to have actually worked that time. Oh, it's still processing, so we'll let that process. Okay, so this is completed. We should be able to press view results here, and then look at that. Oh, man, that's so interesting, guys. You really don't understand how interesting that is. This was built and fully tested by AI. I didn't do anything. I didn't tell it what to do at all. It just went with it. And you can see that it's getting to the point now, especially with this context engineering stuff and the Playwright MCP, you can make fully fledged AI applications in no time at all. I will leave the video there, guys. I'm really, really happy with the result here. There's a couple of things missing, like it didn't do all the pages I asked it to do, etc., etc. But I mean, that's just something I can prompt after. So it works, guys. It actually works. And you know, I could just release this for free, for example, or whatever, just to see if it gets traffic or whatever. I'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching all the way to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend. And yeah, this is a huge improvement. Claude Opus 4.1 is crazy with context engineering. If you're watching all the way to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend. Go get some sunshine because I'm literally sitting in sunshine, staring at a computer. Love to you all and peace out.